Now let's take a look at the Kindle for iPhone and iPod Touch application. This is a bit of a simpler one compared to iBooks, however it's not nearly as bare bones as the Google Books application. So as you see here, we do have the Kindle store, which I will show you in a minute. You can edit, so if we decide that we don't want any of these books on the local memory, we can easily delete them. You can go ahead and sort through author, title, or recent, and as you can see there's a little refresh icon. Now that actually syncs your Kindle application with your online Amazon account. Now with Amazon, everything is stored up in the cloud, so if I ever decide, let's say I purchased a book and I decide I want to delete it on this device, that's fine. I can always re-download it, no issue at all. And likewise, if I decide that, hey, I'm going to be on my computer right now, and I decide that, hey, this is a great book, I want to buy this. Well, I buy it on my PC, and then immediately all I have to do is just press that button right there. It will download, and I'll be all set to go. And that also syncs your bookmarks as well as your highlights, all that kind of good stuff. So let's show you a little bit about how it works. So we can go ahead and open up Pride and Prejudice. This is, as you can see, it automatically defaults to the full screen view, which I do like. You know, when you have 3.5 inches of screen real estate to work with, you better use it all. Now it doesn't have any fancy page transitions, so it's not too bad. It's really quite smooth. And you can see here, if I scroll really fast, I kind of cause a little bit of issue, but of course there's really no reason why you'd ever need to do that. Now by tapping on it, we'll go ahead and bring up all of our menus. We can search, so just do a quick little search here. And you can see here, it's pretty much on par with the other applications. It's not extremely fast, but it's definitely not slow by any means, and it will do, it'll be just fine. Now, if you right down here, we can pull up some of the options. There's text color, so we can have it black, we can have it white or sepia. I prefer to just leave it on black. And same way it goes for if you want to change the font size, you can absolutely do that. Although again, I like the defaults of the Kindle app. It looks just fine to me. If we click here, we can see that we can go to different versions of the book, or not versions, but you can see the different parts of it. So if you want to go to the table of contents, beginning, etc., etc., and with different ebooks that are formatted properly, you can actually see even more here, such as the individual chapters. Now the last thing is we can just simply bookmark the page. So as you can see right there, this is bookmarked. Now it's unbookmarked. Now one really cool thing, I'll go ahead and just hover over it right here. You can see that it actually does go ahead and allow you to both look it up in the dictionary and do several things. So all you need to do is just hover over the, well, not hover over it, but you need to press it for just a moment. You'll see that a dictionary will automatically pop up explaining what the word means. Very, very cool feature I wish the other apps would use. As you can do it in iBooks, but you have to, have to click another button and wait for the dictionary to load. This way, as soon as, let's say, I want to see what indisposed means, hover over it, boom, there's my, definition. It's perfect. I can also go ahead and highlight as well as note it. So, a very, very cool feature with the Kindle application. Now, that's about it. It's pretty smooth, like I showed you. You can do a little bit of customization, but what I like is it just works and it's really quite snappy. Now, let's take a look at the Kindle store itself. This is a pretty basic store. It's not, there's no frills like in the iBook store, but no big deal. You can see here, you can search very quickly and easily, browse by category, take a look at the best sellers, all that kind of good stuff. So I should go ahead and jump into the best sellers. And I will mention one thing. This seems to load a bit slower than the other two. I don't know if it's just that it's not quite up to the speed, if it's whatever the deal is, but as you can see, it wasn't a big deal. We can go ahead and take a look at the different books that are on the top sellers list, as you can see. We can take a look at the price, the titles, all that kind of stuff. It's a bit small, but, not a deal breaker by any means. So once we decide to load it up, you can see that we have a few options here. Of course, you can see all the information. You can see the list price. You can see that we can buy it, buy now just by clicking that, especially if you already have your account logged into on Safari. We try a sample, see more information, description, and reviews. So it's pretty simple. Now, overall, I don't really think that this is any better than the iBook store. But as far as buying the books, it's no big deal. And however, I think that most of the time you probably will want to go ahead and buy it on the PC. It's something about just buying stuff on mobile devices, using your credit card and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, I'm just not totally into that, so I prefer to buy the stuff on the PC. However, of course, the option is there. All you need to do is just log into your Amazon account, and it's really quite simple and easy. So anyway, guys, that's just about it for my, my overview of the Kindle app. Now, I'm going to just say this is my favorite of the three. Now, while, if you're just using it just for the app, if you're not ever going to, view your books on any other device, the iBooks is definitely a little bit better. It's more polished, a little bit quicker. You have a few nicer options that you don't have in Kindle. However, one of the biggest things is that it doesn't have quite as big of a library, and the Kindle library is much larger than either of the other two. As far as the paid books anyway. I think the Google bookstore has a few more free books, but as far as the paid books, this is definitely the way to go. And in addition, this also has the best compatibility. Now this is really key. I mean, if you're changing over from, standard paper books, which I've always read, you're going to have an issue with buying all kinds of books online, and then for all you know that you won't be able to use them on a different device next year, etc., etc. Now, where iBooks is pretty much solely used on Apple devices, let's say I have an Android phone. Well, I can go ahead and read those books with the Kindle app. Same way, obviously, on the Kindle itself, PC, Mac, iPad, there's a lot of different things that you can view, so really, I do prefer the Kindle app just because I buy it once, I can read it on my iPod Touch, it syncs with all my stuff, and then if I decide that, hey, you know what, iPod Touch, iPhone here in a few years, they're not really all that cool anymore, I want to go for the latest and greatest, well, the odds are that Kindle will go ahead and support that as well. So, for pretty much that reason alone, I'm going to go ahead and recommend to go ahead and pick up Kindle. It's a really nice app. The store's pretty decent, they've got a really nice library, and their support is really great. I mean, they really do support a lot.